Hello YouTube, I'm PCJ Law and welcome to this Let's Play of Total War Warhammer 2, where I'm going to be playing my first YouTube Total War Warhammer 2 campaign. We're going to be playing it on very hard campaign difficulty, normal battle difficulty, and we're going to be playing as Brettonia, the Chevaliers de Lyonesse. So without further ado, let's get into this game. I'm excited to bring this onto YouTube. We'll just load the battle map up and then we'll listen to the opening cutscenes and then we'll come back and talk about strategy and how we want to approach this campaign. Apparently I need a quicker hard drive. Alright, here we go.
In the lady's name, I have sailed across perilous seas to these distant lands, far from Brettonian soil. The danger here is imminent. Wretched armies of the undead shamble across nearby scorched sands, led by their twisted vampire overlords. They must be destroyed. Across the Great Desert is a most unholy landmark. A pyramid blacker than night, harboring an ancient, powerful evil. Fate may compel me to end its malevolent taint once and for all. We once had a shared purpose in these lands with the unchivalrous men of the Empire. Now they sit in one of the last imperial vestiges of the knights of old, with unclear intentions. The foul, dark Lord Arkan the Black terrorizes our nearby brethren. The Lich King is a dire threat to us all. Our help may be needed to vanquish him. The Lady wills that these lands be purified of the undead menace that blights it. Thus, we will litter the sands with the black, charred corpses of our defeated foes. Onwards! For the lady!
Alright, so we're back, and that was an interesting opening cutscene. So it appears that we're here to go and handle the undead and unholy forces of, I guess, vampire. Practically anyone who's undead, I think, is probably the best way to do that. I was having a quick chuckle when we first started seeing the cutscene because I noticed, and we appear not to have vision on the map anymore, the faction in here has got the Illuminati confirm symbol as their faction, as their flag, which I think is absolutely awesome. Clearly, it's not supposed to be the Illuminati confirm symbol, but that's the way that I saw it. Anyway, we're playing as Brettonia, the Chevaliers de Lyonesse, as Repanse de Lyonesse. Fair enough, I guess. Seems to be relatively Frenchish, if I were to guess myself. Take this away. And just a quick look at how we play. So we have Errantry Confederation. So many knights journey to foreign lands in search of a noble cause, confederate them under one banner by aiding them in defeating those that taint and defile these southern lands. So it looks like we're not the only Brettonian faction here. And that's kind of good, because it means that we can confederate with the other Brettonian factions. That means that we'll join our forces and basically merge our lands and empires as one. And what's quite nice about that is we stay in control. The other faction doesn't get to take over us, we stay in control. So we'll be able to control more Brettonians, hopefully, without having to kill them, which will be perfect. We've got Desert Thirst, which... Desert Thirst preys on those who desire the conquest of these lands in the Lady's blessed name. I mean, clearly, you need to drink, you need to eat. There's only so many rivers going on. We have to take on water supplies in our cities before venturing in the desert. And I believe we can take on water supplies worth 5 turns before having to go back into a city. And that stops us taking attrition, which is quite nice. Attrition can often be a problem in these games. Vows and Trust, so we can pledge ourselves to all that is pure and good. And I guess that will give us bonuses. Chivalry, which I think is our resource. We need to probably max out our chivalry to like 2,000 to win the game. I don't really know how we win the game yet. We'll have to check out the victory condition in a bit.
The lady guides me far from
I don't know where we can find our victory condition,
a beacon of hope.
but the victory condition will be here somewhere. And that will tell us exactly how we're supposed to win. I appear to have closed down everything else though. Here's how they play. The victory condition will tell us how we win. I'm sure it's got something to do with chivalry, because when I've played other Warhammer campaigns like this before, this ticker across the top generally indicates how far you are along to winning. Apparently we can get the Green Knight. Okay, that seems interesting. Well, at least we'll be able to call on the Green Knight limitless times if we do that. So I guess the Green Knight is a good thing. Yeah, at times the Green Knight may be called upon to assist the defense of the realm. Cool. And then Brettonia has this interesting mechanic, which is... Let me use this. Which is this interesting mechanic of peasants. So Brettonian peasants primarily work the land, but may also be drafted in to fight battles. Doing so may cause income to suffer, however. So this is quite interesting. So Brettonia has a peasants economy thing, which I guess largely and loosely refers to the sorts of... I mean, regular economies that you might have found in something like medieval Europe, maybe? Not sure. Or generally, civilization in general. Basically, the peasants or the lower classes. People like us, I guess. So they work the farms. All of us non-royalty. They work farms, and if you try and recruit too many... A lot of Brettonia's units, all the weaker ones, are all based on peasants, which makes sense. If you've ever seen something like Game of Thrones, you have a similar thing where... The leader of the faction calls to arms their warriors, but their warriors are just plain normal townspeople. And then they can't do their jobs while they're at war, which I think is what this peasants economy represents. Is basically when you have called to war too many of your soldiers, then you suffer in terms of economy because you're no longer able to make upkeep on your lands, which is quite cool. And there's this little hat symbol here that seems to represent a peasant. So that's kind of interesting. And our starting army seems okay, actually. We've got a nice field trebuchet, like starting with a piece of artillery. That's really useful because it means that we can dodge having to wait long in sieges. One of the main ways that you can slow down your campaigns on Total War games I've found is by spending too long not capturing additional territory in the early game. So something like a trebuchet allows us to attack any city without having to worry about siege engines to break down walls, which is quite nice. And it's really, really powerful to do something like this. Start with some Knights of the Realm. Good shot cavalry, maybe. Questing Knights, more cavalry, nice. Got 2 units of Peasant Bowmen, that's okay. This would be a problem, these Peasant Bowmen, if we were on a harder battle difficulty. But because we're on normal battle difficulty, it's not so much of a problem to only have 2 units of Peasant Bowmen. For anyone who doesn't know, ranged combat with... Well, when we use bows is about the only time that we actually match up fair and square on the AI units on harder battle difficulties. When you up the battle difficulty, what tends to happen is the AI units get ridiculous buffs. And so what's quite nice then about being on normal battle difficulty is that we can actually do things with melee infantry like this. Ridiculous buffs on harder battle difficulties mean that if we even try and use an elite unit against a mid-tier or even low-tier unit, of enemy combatants, we'll actually lose, even though we have an elite tier unit of our own, and they don't. So at that point, things like ranged units and cavalry charges are much, much more important. Basically, anything you can do to not be in hand-to-hand combat. But on normal battle difficulty, we can actually play battles like they're supposed to be played, which is quite nice, with equal forces. Let's go into our army here. Having a look at this. Usually when you start a Warhammer, or well, not a Warhammer, but a Total War campaign, okay, we got a follower, interesting. The usual thing you have to do is go away and attack the army that starts next to you straight away. But this army is way too big. There's no way we're going to be able to kill this 20 stack or this 20 unit army of Otto Regak with 11 units of our own, especially not with 2 units of Peasant Bowmen and a Trebuchet. We'll have 4 infantry units to hold the line and 2 cavs to rear charge. That's not going to kill this at all. So the better thing for us to do is probably just go to the safety of our capital city of Kofa here. We've got this training field that we can upgrade. Knights Errant that we can build in the Kofa docks. I guess we do want to upgrade it, but first we need to improve our army. We cannot recruit any mercenaries, sadly. That's the regiments of renown. And we can't actually recruit any bowmen either. It looks like we have choice between spearmen at arms and these Knights Errant. So what I think we want to do is we need some more spearmen. What I'm looking at here is we've got a choice. We need some more melee infantry for sure, or line infantry, and we've got a choice between these men at arms, the sword infantry, or these spearmen at arms, the spear infantry. Now, with an army like this, where we don't have much ranged firepower, the way that we're going to have to do the killing on our opponents is going to be through rear charges from cavalry. So I think what we're going to want is we're going to need more spearmen. which we can use to tie down. We can use in conjunction with our cavalry to tie down the enemy cavalry, and then get a quick win on the flanks, and then send these 2 cav units around for rear charges. We'll take maybe 1. I would like to take 3 spearmen arms. We can max them out. We've only got 7 out of 8 on our peasants economy right now, and if we go past 8, then we'll start taking that negative economy effect. But I don't think that's a problem for us right now. If we go and recruit 3, that'll take us up to 10, and we gain +2 for each additional city we take. So why don't we just recruit 3, take us up to 10, and then we'll just go away and capture Martek straight away. And then we can take a Knights Errant after that, because we do need more cavalry. And yeah, we can go after Martek straight away, and that will bring us up to 10 out of 10, and that'll fix our economy. We're going to want to capture more cities very soon anyway. As for technology, we've got apparently a couple of different research lines open to us. We've got the Chivalric Code research line, the Decrees of Brettonia research line, which appears to be some sort of combat research line, something like that. Like combat, and I'm not entirely sure. Gain extra chivalry for victories. Okay. Well, we've got the Chivalric Code, which is also chivalry. And then I guess it's doing stuff for diplomatic relations, whereas this is doing stuff for fighting certain races. All we've got is this economic investment, +4 growth and income from settlement buildings. I'm pretty sure we just want to go for economy straight away. No need to go for too much military yet. We should be okay, because we need to get our economic ball rolling if we want to really try and get this snowball going. We need to take land. We need to get our economy going to be able to field more armies, because right now we can only afford to field 1 more army. If we want to have a strong economy, we'll need multiple. The next challenge is we need to try and unite this province, the coast of Araby. That'll be quite good. Uniting provinces gives you access to these commandments, and the commandments give you bonuses towards doing things inside the province that you're in, and the province is generally a group of settlements. Now, if I'm right, the coast of Araby starts here in Kofa on the west. It goes to Martek here, Al-Haik as the capital, and then finally it's Phyrus out here in the east on an island. Phyrus is controlled by the Knights of Origo. They're another Brettonian faction, so with hope we can maybe like destroy these people, and then I think we'll get the opportunity to confederate with the Knights of Origo if we do that and take Phyrus, and then Phyrus will be confederated to us, and we'll have this whole province. Other than that, I don't think we need to do any more this turn, so we can move over. Don't know what Otto's going to do here. I assume Otto's going to come and attack us in Kofa, but I don't know. I'd very much like it if they did, because that'll allow us to kill these units quite quickly. Yeah, so they've come to attack us in Kofa. Apparently, the balance of power is relatively even. I guess they've got these Black Knights, which as far as I'm aware are quite good cavalry units. They've got decent armor. And then they've got these zombies. Meat shields. Skeleton warriors are apparently shielded. More skeleton warriors. Skeleton spearmen. Okay. And then these crypt ghouls. Weak against armor. Okay, they don't have a lot of armor either. They've got poison attacks. Cairn wraiths. Ethereal causes terror. Interesting. No armor. And these Graveguard. These Graveguard are the top tier infantry unit that they've got. And then these Black Knights could cause us problems. Other than that, we might want to kill this corpse cart at some point, because that's, if I've got any experience in Total War chariots, these chariot units tend to be a problem. And then what we've got here is we've got 3 more bowmen, so we're going to have a complement of 5 bowmen. That's good. Plenty of spears. Some men-at-arms, so at least we've got some infantry unit, and 3 more foot squires to go with our foot squire. So hopefully that'll be good. Let's do a quick save, and then we'll head into this first battle of the playthrough. Relatively even balance of power, so we're going to have to out-command AI here. The key will probably be to try and get a handle on these Black Knight cavalries. The best thing that we can have happen with these Black Knights is probably just to have them run into our spearmen. The AI is usually dumb enough to run their cavalry into your spears if you put your spearmen right out on the flanks. So I think that's what we do. And we need to make sure we've got good flank units to try and handle that. So maybe let's try and set up. So if they've got 4 cav units, we're going to need 4 spear units on the flank. These spearmen have got shields. I'd rather take some unshielded ones if possible. We don't have any unshielded ones. So we're going to need 4 units of spears on the flank. So that can be all of these. The polearm infantry and then these spearmen at arms. We then are going to need an infantry line in the middle. I really would not like to put these foot squires in the middle, because they're going to bear the brunt of whatever assault the enemy comes with. I would rather do something like this maybe. And we'll create a bit of an unbalanced line. We'll just stick some spear infantry in the middle. Take these 6 and line them up as our front line. Oh no, we've got one more spearman at arms as well. That's nice. Yeah, so we can do something like this, actually. We can make our front line like this. We can get our nice sword infantry out on the flanks. We can just have some holding spear infantry in the middle. Foot squires on the side. The great sword infantry to hopefully deal some damage. And then let's just spread out so we can cover quite a lot of space with these. And that'll be good. And then what we can do is we can get a backup unit of these foot squires in the back. And they can fill in the middle once the spearmen have engaged. We just want these spears here with shields to bear the brunt of whatever missile fire and charges that the enemy have. And then the foot squires will come in and fill in to be good. And we'll do the same with our leaders actually as well, the general units. Then we have these 5 archer units. We just need to get these lined up behind our main line. We don't want to spread them out too much because the last time I did something like this, they just got really balky. So we don't want to spread them too much, but also not too little. We can turn those into a control group as well. And we can click guard mode because we don't want them to go anywhere. We want to stand and fight as well when they get in the battle. Our trebuchet can go right up the back here. That's perfectly fine. Again, guard mode. We don't want it going anywhere. And then we need to set up our flank protection. Need do nothing more than literally put these units horizontally. I'm pretty sure. In like a bit more of a noob box. Although we're trying not to be noobs and do noob boxes, what usually tends to happen with these AI cavalry units is they just try and go for a massive outflank and then dive in around the back. And so we're just going to predict what they're going to do already and line our units up accordingly. And then finally we'll have these cav units in here to protect and handle this. Then we'll take this entire army and just move it backwards. What we want to do is make sure we've got maximum firing time on the trebuchets. So we come backwards like this to make sure that our trebuchets can then have time to shoot. And we need to try and just shoot some good units. So I don't know where these Grave Guard went, but that's what we want to attack. They're going to cause us the most problems. So we want to hit them with a trebuchet the moment they get in range. Let's just give them some hits. See what this trebuchet can do. See if it's any good as a unit. I mean, if it kills this graveyard, it's well more than worth it, because that's the thing that's going to cause us the most problems. Have a look at these dudes. Nice unit. Oh, look at that. Nice. What did we do? We got 3 kills already, and we blew a bunch of guys up. Looks like we're getting a bit of shots into those skeleton warriors on the side as well. We've already dealt a reasonable bit of damage, which is very nice. We got 6 kills. We're going to have to deal with these bats with some of these archer units. So let's just swing those out wide here. Because we know we're going to need to deal with the bats. The bats seem to be coming around the flanks. With flying units, the AI is so dumb. They usually just send them in straight to attack your general like this. So we'll just put our general over here somewhere. And the bats will just come in and attack the general and be noobs. We need to chill here right now. Try and guide the enemy cavalry straight into our spearmen if we can. And we need to attack the bats. Enemies nearly in range here. We'll just let them fire at will. Can we attack? Are we going to attack the bats now? Good. Good. Let's attack the bats. This cav appears to be just turning straight at our shield walls. That's perfect. If they want to do that, they can do that. Yep, good. Some good damage on the bats. We appear to have almost killed the Grave Guard, which is perfect. Yeah, and we're slaughtering some of these units as they come in towards the battle now. Excellent. Let's attack some of the units up the back. What's going on here, though? We need to do something about the cav, otherwise we're gonna be stuck. Here we go. The cav's coming in for the assault now. I don't know what they're doing. We need to really draw the enemy in here, though. Like that. And then we need to get our spearmen out, because they're now like derping. And here we go. The bats did exactly what we thought they were going to do. And then we need to try and start getting crossfire going with all of this. And our units are getting mobbed in there. So let's do this. And then, yeah, we got our spearmen and our horsemen over here dealing with this. We honestly need to come back here and try and protect our stuff if we can. And hopefully we are starting to... This is a problem. The field trebuchet is going to start killing our own men more than it's going to kill the enemy. These guys are actually holding up quite nicely. And we can get these people into the battle now. And good, we dealt with this. Perfect. So we need to get the cavalry out and round. And then these can just line up here to go kill that. As for what's gone over here. Enemies just being very balky, it seems. These spearmen, though, they can come and wrap around. And we'll still do all of our crossfire while we can. I don't know why these cavalry went into the attack. We didn't want them there. We've got our good units into combat now, though. And where are our leaders? We've got some magical abilities that we can use here. So we should make sure to make use of that. Yeah, that cavalry's gone, and then we can start getting around the flanks there. Really don't want to be shooting into our own units' backs with the trebuchets. These are dead, these Black Knights. We got them handled. So we'll keep wrapping around the flanks. These questing knights can get out. They've done their rear charge. Kill these Black Knights already. Okay. And then we can go and rear charge this stuff. There's a massive blob of units there that we can go charge straight into. This crossfire is very nice. We can maybe keep crossfiring for a bit, but it's probably better for us to crossfire here now. Looks like we're doing some big time damage. Let's turn... We need to shoot these Black Knights in the back. They're running away and being annoying. So we'll just get these archers to shoot them. We're losing some units now, but this seems okay. Repanse doesn't appear to have anything else you can do. We've broken through here. This is perfect. So we now need to... Yeah. These cavalry have just run straight into the field trebuchets. This is so annoying. There's like 2 Black Knights. They're crumbling. Let's not even worry about that. And now we need to shoot the chariots. Get all of this stuff into the backs of the enemy. Well, yeah, we're getting some good damage. We're turning this battle in our favor now. And these Knights of the Realm are finally free. Looks like enemy morale is taking a massive hit. So we should probably just pause firing on the archers to make sure we don't do any more friendly fire. Just halt that. And then apparently everything we got to do is got to focus on Otto, who's the only unit that's not routing.
Repanse de Lyonesse!
He's disintegrating. Good. Okay, there we go. And Otto's down. Perfect. Close victory, apparently, but we've definitely pulled out the W. We only lost 133 men of our original army. That's really good, because that's, what? That's less than 25%. Hopefully, that's something that can be healed. We did take quite a bit of serious damage on some of these infantry units, the spearmen at arms, and on some of these horse units as well. But we managed to get the job done in the end. The Grave Guard, although we murdered them on the way into the battle, they still got 45 kills. And some of these horsemen as well actually managed to do a reasonable amount of damage. It's unfortunate, but it's okay. And let's just take some money to start. We don't not really worried about chivalry yet. And that means Otto's army is now thrashed.
These men will resist the enemies of Brettonia.
Okay, blessing gained. Your army has gained the blessing of the lady. Okay, I don't really know what that means. I guess it's a blessing. We've got some supplies as well. Got upgrades to take on the Lyonesse. Leadership or vigor loss. We'll take Route Marcher first. Campaign movement range. That allows us to travel further with our armies, which is going to be super important. We'll take spread public order on this. Legendary Paladin is apparently a melee specialist, but he can increase the public order in our cities. When you have the faction, and my face is covering this up right now, but on your city screens, we have something called control. Basically, if control gets to -100, you have a rebellion, and it's sort of a per turn modifier. And the Paladin spreading public order will increase our positive control modifier, meaning that we won't get rebellions, which is what we want. We've recruited our new units, and apparently we're going to heal mostly in a couple of turns, so no need to wait. Just kill Otto while we can. No need to play this one out. We can just auto-resolve. We'll barely lose a unit. Yeah, perfect. We'll execute the captives now. Killed Otto, perfect. Oh, nice. Tollkeeper, tax rate plus 12% in the local province. Nice. I mean, Repanse is going to be out on... She's going to be out on... You know, on the warpath, but I guess anything's better than nothing. Maybe we'll take basic training for vigor loss reduction, which I assume can mean unit stamina. And then in here with this dude, now that we've got spread public order, we don't really need any of this stuff. We're not going to be using them for agent abilities. So let's just maybe take a point in training to level up our units. And then we need to go straight to Martech. We'll make our way over. We can go attack that next turn. There's a tiny army in here that's recruiting. We can come in, smash that. Hopefully the garrison in Martech isn't too big. It's not really that big. So it should be able to handle that. And then we can spend another turn recruiting as well. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units right now. And some Knights of the Realm. So we need more horsemen, for sure. So let's take some more Knights Errant. How many calves do we have? 1, 2, 3. We only really need 6, so let's just take 3 more. Not waste any more money where we don't need to. And then we can carry on. This is cool. I like this, and we've made a good start so far. Being able to take out that main army means that we can now push their forces, which I assume is why it started there. You're supposed to get a big battle at the start and then push out and take their lands. Unfortunately, they've run away from Martech. That means they're just chilling right now. We really don't need to play this settlement attack either. Yeah, we only lost 13 men. That's fine, and we'll occupy. And cool, we've completed a quest, which was to capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the Styrgos Empire. That's who we're fighting right now. Perfect. More leveling up for Repanse. Okay, we've got corruption spreading. So corruption is a mechanic that we've got in the game right now that basically says it's kind of the affinity of the people. So much like in the world that we're in, where you have sort of different regions of the UK that just kind of have their own sort of customs and religions and things like that. That's generally what this corruption means. And so you can bring the native peoples over to your customs with positive corruption, and negative corruption means the native peoples are kind of resisting your ideas and philosophies. And I guess people are resisting our philosophies right now, which is fine. We can just keep taking... What's Lionhearted? We don't even use Rally or Stand Your Ground, so we're not going to bother with that. Just take Leadership Aura size increase. I don't think that's very good, though. And with our Paladin, we can now maybe take... Now that we've got Spread Public Order and Training, we need to level up before we can take any more points. The only thing that we can take is this Blade Master. But that's fine. We actually want to use him in combat. And now we've captured Martech. Martech... Oh, here's something. So certain settlements in this game have resources on them. So here, this place has iron, Kofa has pottery, and Al Haik actually has salt. Not every province actually has a resource, but we've got quite a few that do. Anytime there is a resource, I like to build it because it gives you income and then trade and other nice benefits. This one gives us minus 20% recruitment cost for several of our peasant units. So we absolutely want to take that in this case. And it also benefits our economy. There's no reason to stick around. We'll move to the next turn. Hopefully Caden goes nowhere. We'd very much like to kill Caden before they get into Al Haik. Or perhaps we go and kill Al Haik first. I don't know what this enemy thing just did, but... Okay, they tried to assault a garrison and failed. Fine. It's okay. Okay, so we need to go for Al Haik now. Hopefully the army here isn't too big. It's not. Only 7 units. Which is perfect. And so we can actually... Apparently, we've already got enough firepower to complete the siege. Labour force costs. So how long does it take us to complete one of these? 2 turns. It'd be nice to get a couple of siege towers before we get into the war. But we could probably just go at them right now. I don't see any reason not to. Let's just go fight the battle. The balance of power is on our side. There's just a load of garbage infantry in here, which is perfect. The one thing you don't want to see when you're fighting a siege battle is decent infantry units, because that's what's going to cause you a lot of problems where we have to do lots of grind it out fighting hand-to-hand combat in infantry. So because we don't see a lot of elite infantry, we can probably just use our infantry to scale the walls and attack. And that won't be too much of a problem. We've got our cavalry now as well. I mean, we'll have to break in, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll create a hole in the wall, and then we'll also probably run up and try and bash down the gates and scale the walls. And the combination between all of that should provide us our way in. The AI doesn't tend to defend the walls or the gates too seriously. Let's back up in any case. So we need to run up and scale the walls. Is the first thing we want to do. The second thing we want to do is get in with the trebuchet. And what we're going to do here is move the trebuchet right up, because the closer it is, the more accurate it is. So, and we'll probably just try and punch a hole right there. There seems no reason to go over here at all. And then we'll try and bash the gates in, and we'll just scale the walls right here. And that should be perfectly fine. And so we want to use these foot squires to scale the walls. We'll also want to use our next best unit to scale the walls. I guess our next best unit is going to be these halberd infantry. So they can scale the walls too. And we'll just spread them out because they might take some fire on the way in. And then we just need to run up the rest of our units to go and bash this gate down, along probably with our generals actually, so they can just lead the way and bash the gate down. Then we've got these cavalry. They're just waiting up the back. Spread them out, and then these archer units can also come down to keep them in a bit more of a blob formation, otherwise they get really derpy. And yeah, these cavalry units, they can just wait until we break a hole in the walls, and then they'll rush through the hole probably. This seems good enough. So we're going to immediately knock that down. We'll send our generals straight up to knock down the gatehouse. We'll pull these forwards, and then we'll pull these forwards as well to go and scale the walls. So yeah, let's do that. And then these can climb right there, can they? Perfect. And these can climb right there. In fact, I want to swap them over. No.
Send troops to capture the enemy defenses, Commander. They can be turned to our service.
Yeah, there we go. And now what? Our foot infantry is being shot at. That's okay. We need to wheel these archer units up as well, so that we can try and get some really good flank shots on the enemy that are either on the walls or inside. Doing good damage to the walls already, and apparently our units are already doing stuff. I wonder if this ability, explosion, will do some damage. Let's check it out. 6% gate damage. No, it didn't do anything. That's really boring. Okay. Just move forward still. Can these guys please get up on the walls now? I guess they're gonna dirt for a bit. That's okay. There's no reason for this cavalry to be so far out the back. Let's pull it forwards. Our ladders have been docked on the walls. Perfect. Yep, more ladders. Excellent. We're still blowing this hole in the foot wall over there. Let's have a bit of a meat pack in here to try and get through the gate. These guys are just going to have to take some damage for a bit, but it's okay. They've got shields. Actually, they don't have shields. Oh, well, they'll just take damage anyway. And we're starting to get some shots in now, which is great. What should we do? We should probably just attack some infantry that are down there from the flanks. Because we're going to get into these infantry with our ladders. Yep, nice. Not too many of our shots being blocked by this fort tower. Which is what I was worried about. How are we doing here? 51% damage on the wall. We should get ready to go in. We're going to need one of these units to get in there. It's not being defended. And then we need to try and break into this gate. Nearly gone the gate, which is perfect. Once the gate is down, we should be able to just run straight in. Here we go. The gate is down. Perfect. So let's get into the units that are in there now. Our arrow shots are still doing well, and we're killing this as well, which is brilliant. How are we doing here? 61%. Let's bring this unit up. Might be able to pile in. Actually, why not just scale the wall there? Then let's bring that forward while the rest of our units just pile in. That fort wall we're still waiting on. I don't think our archers are shooting very well right now. They really aren't. Yeah, they're not getting good shots. We should shoot these zombies up on the wall, the ones that are facing backwards. And we should use Repanse's ability. Yeah, that's going to do some nice damage up there. A few of our shots are being blocked by this fort tower, it seems.
The heart of the city is within sight, my lord. Press forward.
Have we blown down this yet? No, 79%. We'll just keep piling in here and just killing units with our generals. They appear to be totally besting whatever these skeletons have to offer. Nearly broke this down, 88%. I wonder if we should shoot this necromancer at some point. I mean, the necromancer is not going to be a problem in combat at all. Our units appear to have actually now managed to successfully get up here. We're nearly through the wall. We've actually kind of broken through here at the gate, almost. Repanse has apparently got a bloody face. Whoops. Oh, you can't see the bloody face. Repanse has got a very bloody face. Okay, and the wall is broken, is it? Perfect. So let's get in with these spearmen then. And then we might as well, like, rush all of the cavalry up. Maybe just all these cavalry that haven't taken ridiculous arrow fire. Apparently, these cavs have taken a lot of arrow fire. Let's move them back. Same with these cavalry. They're taking tons and tons of arrow fire. We don't want them to take too much damage. Not really a lot we could do about that. Why are they coming through here? We want to go through this gate. And rush this stuff through the gate as well. Repanse's ability is nearly back. Okay, come through here. All of you, please do sensible things. We just smashed down whatever this barrier was. Let's block off the warhounds here. Can we do that? Yeah, we can do that. Just block off the warhounds. And then these can come charging into the rear here. And these can go charging in there. Good. The warhounds didn't get anywhere. We barely took any damage on the spearmen at arms. Then as we pull more units through, we can order some charges in there. Apparently Repanse can do her thing again. I think we've capped a lot of the towers now. Not really a lot for these archers to do. So we'll halt them and just pull them in here. Actually, we'll do fire at will, but once they're in. Not yet. And good. We're just doing some cavalry charging right now. I think we just finished all of this stuff off. So we want to try and get everyone into these Black Knights because they're threatening right now. Yeah, we're going to get these dire wolves as well. Hey, dire wolves. I'd like Game of Thrones. I know a lot of these kind of mythological type of things. There seems to be a lot of crossover when you're talking about different bits of fantasy. Oh, what's this trebuchet doing? No way. Do not shoot a single thing. Looks like these bats are just going to rout or something. They haven't even come into combat yet. Get a rear charge on these guys. And come in there with the foot squires. These zombies are crumbling. Why don't we just go and run into these skeleton warriors? I saw these other units just blob really here. Blobbing is not good like this, but we don't need to do anything else. The necromancer's dead. We got rid of these wolves as well. Oh, nice. And we're doing some good shots now. These peasant bowman shots are actually perfect. That's what we want. Although we should actually probably just shoot the bats when they show up. Get in here. We don't have another Repanse ability yet. But all of our other stuff is just going to charge into this pile and kill it. Or hopefully make it rout. Might just rout and crumble. And then I don't know what these bats are going to do. I'm hoping the bats just run off. Because their morale, yeah, their morale is broken right now. I'm pretty sure the army loss penalty is going to kick in. Yep, it has. Cool. Victory. Nice. So that was a relatively painless siege, actually. In the end. Only 117 losses, which is way fewer than I expected. We lost only like 10% of our army here. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And that means we can keep the conquest rolling as well. Not that I guess we need to. I mean, we do need to, but... Trebuchet got 1 kill. Did a bit of damage to some of these knights. But MVP here are these. Look, the foot squires. 126, 102 on these halberds. 147 on Repanse and 72 on the legendary paladin. Really, really clutch to have this general in here that's great in melee combat. We'll occupy the city as well of Al-Haik. We have, what? Unite. Oh, here we go. So Confederation offered. The good and virtuous brothers from the island outpost of Phyrus, the Knights of Origo, are impressed with our actions on the battlefield and beyond, and would therefore like to join our cause, which they feel aligns closely to our own goals. Yes, absolutely. And now we control a province, the coast of Araby, and we have confederated the Knights of Origo, who wish to join us. Perfect. So it appears, here's Phyrus, and apparently we've got an army here. Sir John Tyreweld. Our income is massively negative right now, which basically means we have to get rid of all of this stuff. We don't need any of this infantry, just get rid of it. Nor the spearmen at arms. We need to get underneath our peasant cap.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
So we'll disband all of this as well. And I actually want to keep the archers and the field trebuchet. Having 2 artillery units as opposed to 1 artillery unit is a really big boost when it comes to having the army. And then 2 archers as well will up our range capability from 2 to 4, which will really increase our ability to deal damage against our opponents. How does that make the army stack up though? We'll probably have to give up 1 cav unit to get all of this in, because we can't really afford to give up any more infantry. But that's good. We'll do that. And so we'll merge all of this into the army of Repanse. So we'll get straight into Force March, which gives us increased movement and run over. Apparently we haven't stacked up our supplies, so we're going to take attrition as we move through the desert, but that's okay. And then apparently the training field we've already got in Phyrus, so we want to delete that. Phyrus is probably one of our most exposed settlements right now. Al Haik has got a province capital, so Al Haik is going to have a lot of defense. Kofa is kind of a bit out of the way, and it's also bordered by these other Brettonians, the Knights of the Flame. So Kofa's quite safe. Martek is also really safe, frankly, especially if we can take the Pools of Despair and then push on to Bel Alaid, or Bel Aliad rather. I think Martek is quite safe. So the only really non-safe place is Phyrus. And so what I'm thinking in Phyrus is, in Phyrus we can build a settlement garrison, and that will help keep it strong, and then we can otherwise invest in infrastructure in there. And we have an improvement on Repanse, or some XP. So we can take, what can we take now? We should probably just take Blade Master to improve our abilities in combat, because we saw how much damage Repanse was able to do to those skeleton units. We absolutely want that. And we can do, we should increase spread public order here though, because that's going to help make sure to... So one of the things that happens in this game is your control, the thing that affects public order, we're looking at it here. When you conquer settlements and provinces, then you get negative modifiers to this. And so if the paladin that we've got coming on the journey with us helps with public order, that will really, really slow down the amount, or really reduce the amount we have to worry about a revolt, which is perfect. And now we can apply a commandment, as we control all four, I guess, settlements in this province. Growth, patrols, tax rate, construction cost, control. We probably just want construction cost. We're going to be building a lot of buildings here. This is going to be our main economic fortress. So we want to make sure that the amount we're spending on buildings is as low as possible. So John is already taking damage here. But hopefully once we meet up with our army, Repanse's army, we'll be able to get a little bit of replenishment in before we go and attack the Pools of Despair. Okay, so they want us to pay they want to offer 300 gold to join the war against the followers of Nagash. No thanks. I want to war the followers of Nagash at some point. I believe it's an objective of ours to go and take their settlement. But for 300 gold, it's not worth it right now. We've got some more quests, which is quite good. So, Undead Pyramid. Capture and occupy the following settlement, Wizard Caliph's Palace. That's this thing right here. And then we've also got this. Research 2 technologies. I guess then the Sword of Lyonesse we get. And then we've got this mission to research tech, which we're already doing. Okay. We can't reach the Pools of Despair this turn. So we'll go as close as we can get. Somewhere about here is fine. We want to go for the Pools of Despair next. A relatively meager army and a minor settlement garrison here, so that's fine. And then we can link up with Repanse and switch these units around. So we don't want to switch anything first, actually. We need to disband one of our Knights Errant. This one, because it's the most damaged. And then we do need to go and merge. And we can give all of these 3 units over to Repanse and disband Sir John. And that's going to save a lot of upkeep. So we're good right now. Perfect. And yet we're all fully healed up, especially from next turn, which is excellent. 4 archer units, 5 cavalry units, 2 trebuchets, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 line infantry, as well as our 2 heroes, which is perfect. We can improve our hike to a level 1 settlement here, or do we want to improve Fyrus first? Probably just improve... We can improve our hike. We don't need the garrison building yet in Fyrus, so there's no point building it yet. And then we can build another resource. We got the spice market. That's cool. We should try and see if we can get a trade agreement with anyone. Knights of the Flame, we don't have a trade agreement yet. Trade agreement makes money for us out of our resources, so we want those if at all possible. They've rejected our offer. Okay. And the only other people we can trade with are these dudes here. The Tomb Kings, who we want to war, so let's not worry about that. And then we can move on to the next turn. Hopefully they're not recruiting. King Hakor is not recruiting in the Pools of Despair, which hopefully means it's going to be a bit of an easy walk-in. Okay, we've researched our technology. Perfect. Okay. So we've got economic investment. We now need to do some stuff. We can increase trade income, but we don't actually have any trade right now. But we can do improved construction to reduce construction time for province capital and settlement buildings and 5% more construction cost off. Sounds perfect to me. That's going to cost us some gold. That'll come. We'll get that back. Not like we need much gold right now. And we can just go straight away and attack the Pools of Despair.
The lady is watching.
Yeah, this is an easy win in here. So we can just auto-resolve this. We actually took more damage than I expected. 274.
Take everything.
We should be able to replenish most of this, though, soon. I kind of regret how much damage we took. We probably shouldn't have done the auto-resolve. But we've got more improvements for Repanse now. We took Blade Master. We probably want to take some of this stuff. Probably just something like full plate armor would be quite nice. Let's armor up Repanse. And then our legendary Paladin, Omri Massif, has chainmail armor that we can give him as well, which is perfect. We now have the Pools of Despair. This also has a training field. We've already got a training field in our other province, so we don't need one here. We can just recruit all of our army back here. We don't need the training field. Fyrus can upgrade the settlement building. There's no need to do it yet, is there? We can upgrade Martek instead. And then the Black Tower of Archon is the next step to take out these dudes. Vampire counts that are here. But what are they called again? They are... Oh, I can't see their names. We'll have a look. Need to take these dudes out. Yeah, we researched 2 technologies now. Perfect. We need to search a ruined settlement. There's a ruined settlement down here of Bella Lade, but I'm 99% sure that somewhere around here exists the Skaven. And, well, we don't want to be dealing with a Skaven really here. Or rather, we won't be able to search this ruined settlement because it will be a Skaven settlement. The Skaven are a faction in this game that if you haven't discovered that the Skaven are in a settlement yet, it appears ruined until right when you show up to attack. What do we got? Military recruitment. This could be nice. We need to unlock more units here. So this is going to be one of our more frontline provinces. So why don't we go and get the stables, which is a different military recruitment building. Yeah, the stables would be good because then we can get mounted yeomen, our horsemen, but then we can get these mounted yeoman archers, which would be quite nice. So we'll take a stables. Just need to wait for some of these buildings to improve now. And yeah, we're nearly replenished, apart from some of these dudes that took a lot of damage. But again, we can't reach the Black Tower of Archon in one turn. So we will go and chill on the road.
For Brettonia, for the lady.
And then lie in wait. Can we actually encamp? We can encamp here. Okay.
Recuperate.
Hopefully we can actually reach the Black Tower of Archon next turn. Zandri is a pit. Zandri could be a ruined settlement. Or it could be Skaven. I already know where the Skaven exist here. I know that the Skaven are down here somewhere, which is why I'm thinking the Skaven might have El Calabad or Bella Lade. But I don't know for sure. We can do some more research now. We've got improved construction. What's bigger bobbins? Income from industry. We're not doing any industry right now. Income from farms could be good. Farmers are a big part of Brettonian economy, as far as I've seen so far. Or we can take the chivalric code now. Take a military upgrade now while none of this economy stuff seems relevant. And then we'll see if we can assault the Black Tower of Arkan next turn. We've got 2 trebuchets now. So hopefully that will be good. And that we'll be able to actually solve this. This is fun though. We're making some good progress at the start of this campaign. Clan Eshin have attacked Greybeard's Prospectors. Yeah, so here we go. Clan Eshin's a Skaven clan. And they've just attacked and captured the Eye of the Panther, which means that the Skaven are definitely in here. They've probably also got El Calabad, Bel Aliad, and Eye of the Panther. Hopefully the Dwarves, though, can hold. Greybeard's Prospectors can hold just for a couple of turns so that we can come in and sweep up the Skaven next. It would benefit us greatly to get rid of the Skaven early. But first, we need to come and... Oh, we're in camp stance, but we can't move.
Yes, to battle then.
Oh my god. Okay. King Berect is in here. Is this bad? Okay, a lot of units, but if we get some siege towers, we might be able to do this. And then we can continue the siege. Maybe they'll come out and attack us because they actually appear to have a numerical advantage. And then we'll try and beat them on the battlefield. We can build something here. We can get our brine mining pit. And we can improve the settlement of Phyrus. Hopefully they'll come out and attack us. That would be perfect. If they don't, we'll wait until we've got some wall scaling stuff before we go in. And we'll just do the same thing that we did when we attacked the other settlement. Ah, here we go. They're coming out to attack. We're defending against them now, which is perfect. Take the quick save, and then we'll go into battle. This will be quite costly if we don't fight them properly, so we'll go and fight them properly now. And we'll make that the last battle of this episode. So there's a lot of skeleton units, but the reason I'm not worried is because a lot of these units tend to be just kind of... I mean, look, meat shield, skeleton archers, and some chariots. The chariots are going to be a problem. I guess King Berect will be a problem, but generally we're just fighting a load of garbage infantry. That means our infantry will hold for a very long time against them. And then we can use our 5 cav units to get the rear charges. Use the artillery to do some devastating damage while they walk up. Looks like they're reinforcements. Wow, look at this map. Oh, look at that. That's really cool. I love that waterfall. Wow. Okay, so their reinforcements coming from right behind there. So there's not a lot we can do here. We probably want to approach just from this side to give our trebuchets a good firing line. I don't really see much benefit to coming from either side, actually. Or maybe we try and force them to approach us. I don't really know how best to do that. Get the trebuchets up on a bit of a ridge. So at least they've got a nice firing position. Honestly, right here is quite good. Yeah, so in here, so they've got a good firing angle. Just drop guard mode down and put them together. And then we will... I would like to set up a bit further back, really, with the trebuchet. So that we can get more firing time while the enemy advances. But I guess this is going to have to be good enough. These spearmen at arms are going to have to go on the flanks. It's fine. They can fight cavalry anyway. And then we'll just... we'll set up our main line like this. And just draw everything out. And we're going to trot these forward a little bit when the battle actually comes. Got these 4 archers. Nice. We'll see what we can do with them. Don't want to spread them out too much, otherwise they'll derp. And we have our single entity units here. And we'll go for our 2 best cav units on one flank like this. And then we'll take our 3 weaker cav units over here. Hopefully we can get some good rear charging done. We'll take our main infantry line and just push it forwards. We can grab our trebuchets. Oh, look at this blob. This will be perfect. Let's just get some blob. Let's get some attacks in here. Maybe we can kill a load of stuff. We can take our bowmen and pull them up next to the trebuchets in here. Take our generals units and just pull them forwards. Cavs, hide them in the forest. And we could even probably just loop this cavalry around. This looks like it might be all infantry here. So we can have a field day with our cavalry. Probably. And we're going to need to shuffle our line over just a little bit more. Oh, no. No. I didn't select everything. Going to need to shuffle our line over just a little bit more here so that we can cover where the enemy are coming from. Blob's moved. So take these cavalry out and around, and these ones that are in the forest can actually stay here. We might even try and wrap up some of this stuff in the back, but honestly, we should probably just come in and assault them. Need to get rid of the skeleton archers if we can, which means we're going to need to pull our main line forwards. Like this. Pull up here. Come running in here. Skew this charge here. This here. This here. Oh, these knights errant are going to get smacked by the chariots. We actually want to ram the chariots with this group. And then pull this one away. Oh, no. Yeah, pull these over here. Then pull these back here. And then we can give the chariots a charge now like that. And maybe get the skeleton spearmen. We need to get our people into the fray. So let's go do that. And these trebuchets are shooting our own dudes right now. We can maybe get them to attack over here. And then our cav units that we got over out on the flanks can come in now and engage in here. We've left them too long, really. But, well, we've got what we've got now. But the bowmen are doing some good killing. We need to get some of these cav units out of here, really. Because they're not being useful in here at all. We can maybe just run around. So let's get them out. And then the cavalry units can make their charges. We're under a bit of small arms fight. Oh, Nekatara horsemen have come and run in and... Oh, trebuchets have... Okay, that's fine. I guess we just need to do some stuff. Let's spread these units out right now because it looks like they're in a bit of trouble. We've got no units to protect. We've got some Ushabti in here that are going to be annoying. Bring these down. And we need to get some of these horsemen out and attacking these archers. And what can we do with our units? Repanse has got some stuff to do. I'll probably come in here. The chariots might be a bit annoying. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, we've lost an archer unit right now, which is really annoying. These Nekatara horsemen didn't even notice they were here. But they did the classic AI thing of running around the side. Probably want to... Yeah, we want to bombard this right here. And yeah, we're chasing these archers down. That seems fine. We need to get back in and clean this mess up, though. As soon as we can. Oh, what's this? Oh, the Ushabti have run around the back now as well. Really? Oh, and they've come for the trebuchets. Oh, the AI. I mean, we're okay, but it's a bit annoying. We need to get some of our horsemen out. We lost our horsemen over here. No, they've killed these spearmen. Yeah, we need to get some of the horsemen out and out, and good. We've got this pile of units that can attack right here. And we can go in and help against these chariots. These horsemen are totally balked in here. They can't do anything useful. We can maybe just shoot here. Maybe pin them down then. And our trebuchets that took some damage. Just do nothing and save yourselves. Looks like we're getting a bit of a rout going now. That's good. What are we doing in here? Did we just get chased down by some stuff? Probably did. Is our trebuchet shooting? I thought I told it to... I didn't tell it to stop, apparently. Let's run away from that stuff now. And get this attack in. We can maybe use our ability with Repanse again. We've got 5 seconds, apparently. Oh, we've totally got these Knights Errant killed. What's this all about? They can stay out of the battle now. They don't need to do anything. Just run. And now we've got these archers. They can put some more shots in over here. In fact, what our archers should do, we should get all of them together. They just need to shoot these Nekatara warriors. And then we can just use all of this stuff to smash into this Tomb King over here. Along with maybe Repanse. The Paladin can handle what's left here. And then we can turn around and get this attack in. Nice little rear charge bonus. Good. I think they're crumbling. They are crumbling. We just need to shoot these Nekatara warriors to death. And then it looks like this Tomb King's going to go down. King Berect. Perfect. So that was just about done. We took a lot more damage than I'd have liked here. But again, we only lost about a third of the army this time. That's not the worst thing given the odds and how they were looking. But we did take a lot of damage to some core melee infantry, which is not great. Trebuchets did nice work. So did some of these cavalry, actually. Dealt a lot of damage. That's good. Yeah, the cavalry did a lot of work. We can see why they're so important for us. And we killed 2,400 units with 1,152. It's pretty great. King Berect barely did anything. We definitely mismanaged our cavalry in that game. The cavalry could have been managed a lot better. Close victory, yeah. It wasn't dicey, but it could have been worse. And we've captured this city right now as well, because apparently all the stuff died. And we have the Black Tower of Arkhan. Oh, hello. Burn the witch or calm the peasants. Oh. Burn fields. Casualty replenishment rate minus 5%. Let's not worry about that. We got a little in-game event coming up here that's kind of annoying to us. We don't really need too much cavalry replacement. Where are the Skaven here? Plain of Tuskers, Antioch Bagar. Black Tower of Arkhan is okay. We don't really need to invest in a garrison. So we should probably just invest in fields, because that gives us peasant bowmen as well. And this kind of starts on our peasant economy. And it's really cheap too. We can just get fields in Martech as well. And keep working on the peasant economy. Then we've got this army. We've got some XP for Repanse. So we can maybe get... What can we get now? Is any of this stuff good? I mean, some nice bonuses to the army, actually. Ammunition for the archers could be really powerful. Let's take Inspiring Presence. And then on our legendary paladin Henri, we can take... training could be quite nice. If we increase the strength, the abilities of our trebuchets fast, that could be really good. And then how long do we need to replenish these people? 6 turns of replenishment. We almost want to disband them and re-recruit, but I don't think we can afford it. The next step is definitely to go after the Skaven. But we might need to take a... I mean, what's the fastest way here? Yeah, the fastest way is through our own territory. So let's just move. I mean, we could go after the Black Pyramid of Nagash as well. The Sentinels, these people with the Illuminati confirm symbol as their flag. Do we just force march here? Into the pools of despair? This is fine. I mean, the army that we've got should be decent enough as long as we can give it a couple of turns of replenishment. We've only got 700 income anymore, but that's fine. We're going to use this army basically by itself to go and do a bit more conquest. Hope that the Skaven gets slowed down a bit, maybe. Although I don't know if we should have picked a fight with the Skaven. We're certainly not ready to assault the Black Pyramid of Nagash. We'd have to wait for our army to heal. Once we get a lot of these buildings complete, though, we'll get a lot more income. I wonder if we can trade with that faction now. The Knights of the Flame. They appear to still not want a trade agreement. Oh, they've accepted now. Perfect. Okay, so we got a trade agreement with them. That's going to be a nice little boost to income. And then Sudenburg. I don't know if they like us much. Clan Eshin have got 3 settlements. Necrarch Brotherhood. The Vampire Counts are here. They don't appear to like us very much. Okay, well, this is okay. So the Skaven have got 3 settlements, so I'd be willing to bet at this point. We know they just attacked these dwarfs, Greybeard's Prospector. So we know Eye of the Panther is one. That means Bel Aliad is another one, and I'd be willing to bet that El Calabad is the third. That's good. What's annoying about the Skaven is the fact that they get a lot of stacks of armies. because their armies are quite cheap, and they have a very big tendency to just run right past your stuff and go and attack your cities from behind. What's quite nice about the setup of this Skaven land is that there's no real way for them to run straight across to the Black Tower of Arkhan. Everything they have to do has to be more channeled straight towards the Pools of Despair, which is right where our army currently sits. Hopefully we can get to Bel Aliad in 2 turns. So we got this turn to replenish, then the next end turn to replenish, and then finally we'll be able to stroll into Bel Aliad. We can even probably just stroll right into the middle here. Because we're not at war with the Skaven, we don't have to worry about the Skaven ambushing us. We can just stroll right up to here and then walk into Bel Aliad on the next turn. But that brings it to the end for this episode. Made some good progress. We started out with our capital of Kofur, and we expanded, killing, I forget their name now, in Martek, Alhaik, and then managed to confederate some more Brettonians to take Phyrus. Our public order is a bit bad, our control. Difficulty level, taxes, and corruption. That's not going to change, actually, so we're going to have to get a handle on that at some point, but we can maybe build a building for that. Then, after we united our province, our starting province, the coast of Araby, we've pushed out and we've killed some more Tomb Kings, taken the Pools of Despair and the Black Tower of Arkhan. We're now going to look to take Bel Aliad off the Skaven to complete this next province, and then we'll probably also capture the Eye of the Panther and El Kalabad to kind of get the ball rolling in here. And the idea is that we'll claim up some of this territory right now. We'll build ourselves a little buffer using the coast over here as kind of a backdrop, as kind of like our safety net or our back. So that's one border that we know we're not going to get attacked from until these pirates start declaring war on us. We can use that as a safety net and just sort of claim all of this sort of northwestern side of this continent for us right now. And then that gives us one front to push out from, which means that we won't need too many armies to control our land, which is the most important thing about managing this campaign map, is trying to find the best way to have as few armies as possible defending your land and as many as armies as possible going out and claiming new land. And so establishing the coast as our back right now will actually be quite good. And in fact, in respect of that, we're researching the chivalric code. The people that will threaten our coast the most right now are going to be these pirates. So I don't know if there's a way to make the pirates like us more. It doesn't appear to be that there is, actually, which is a shame. It would be very nice to have had a way to become friends with the pirates. Because I know that there's this stuff in here that makes us able to be better friends with non-pirates. But apparently there's nothing for friends for pirates, which is a real shame. Because we really could have done with that, actually. We could do with some of this stuff as well. We could even, if we get... It's going to be too late. If we'd thought about this sooner, we could have attacked the Skaven with the Decrees of Brettonia and then taken one of these policies that made better our ability to fight Skaven, which could have been really powerful. Greenskins, Chaos, Dark Elves, Beastmen, Skaven is all the way down here, the Sewer Cleaning Decree. We could have done with that to go fight the Skaven, but it would have taken us a long time to get the technology. Anyway, this episode has gone on for a little bit too long already, so we'll end this there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone who joined. I hope you enjoyed the video. First time we've done some Warhammer content on this channel. I've been really excited to do it. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like on the video. It really helps the channel, helps people discover the video, so always very much appreciated. If you want to know about any more uploads for this series or any more stuff we do on the channel, then please do hit the subscribe button. And finally, if you have any comments about this episode whatsoever, or really anything to do with the channel, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.